right, guys, welcome back. Welcome in. Bear Down. We are looking at potentially the Bears' 5th top 30 visit with our 2025 NFL Draft prospect profile, Nick Martin, linebacker out of Oklahoma State today, who I have not had on my radar until now. So you see on the left there, from Walter Football, and I'm trying to find multiple sources to confirm. So you do see at the top here, I put potential. Potential. This is not, this is one source. And Walter Football, all these guys, I actually do trust Walter Football, but maybe they're misstating that it's a top 30, and it could just be a combine or a pro day visit, because at their pro day, the Bears did spend significant time with Nick Martin working him out. The reason being, he had an injury this last season that took him out of commission in the middle of week 5. And so they'll want to be taking a serious look at him. And sometimes your top 30 visits aren't for your first round, second round prospect. This could be seeing if he drops to round 5, which is right now potentially where he's projected. But you look on the left there, Aaron Wilson, 2 days ago from the pro day. This is the Big 12 pro day. They do all at the Big 12 pro day. They do all the schools together at one time. And Nick Martin didn't do all his exercises at the combine. He did some of them at the pro day, close to a 4.440 it sounds like, so very quick speed. 4.53 is what they're saying, but an unofficial one had him in the 4.4, high 4.4 range. So Oklahoma State Cowboy football first team all Big 12 linebacker Nick Martin, 4.53 speed, second at the combine for position, 26 reps. That's the bench press, 38 vertical. It's pretty good. 10.3 broad jump, visits with Browns, Patriots, Bears, and Saints. Private workouts. Had 140 tackles, 6 sacks, 2, and then, he's got more. I'm going to go over all his stats here in a second. But he showed up at the pro day. He looked really good, but he was injured the previous year. So if this is the case, if the Bears are inviting him for a top 30 visit, we would now have 5 with Josh Connerly, Will Campbell, Mason Taylor, Ashton Genty, and this is Nick Martin over here. And he's what some refer to him as a heat-seeking missile. And in fact, some Oklahoma State podcasters, when they were doing highlights of him before the season, referred to him as a Chicago Bear-style linebacker. So that's kind of interesting. So there's a lot of ground to cover here, guys. I realize there's a lot of packed information on one page here. But I do want to show this to you. So Nick Martin from Oklahoma State, you can see it varies so much on him because of that injury. So he had a knee injury is what it was in the 5th game of this year. So we can see his snaps are, roughly less than half for the year from the year before. So this will be the same as this. This is his tackles here. This is all from PFF. So this is his tackles. And you can see the year before, they say 140 tackles, but this appears to be 132-ish. Who knows whose stats were right. But 2023 first team Big 12, 2023 season captain, and 2023 fourth team Phil Steele All-American. So that's his tackles. There's his interceptions, pass breakups, and his NFL passer rating against. So he's a pretty equal pass rush, coverage, tackling, run defensive, overall well-rounded linebacker. Not the top of the class, and that injury is obviously going to weigh on some people. The biggest knock on him, they say, is his size. Could they be working him out for strong safety? He's got adequate size to do that. I would think more of linebacker. But some think he's probably a little bit too small for the Mike position. So we'll see how that comes around. But you can see the highest one here, have him ranked about 71, CBS at 81, Walter Football 86, and then you can see a significant drop-off. It's just a wide range of where they think he could be drafted, anywhere from 71 down to undrafted free agent because of that injury. And I would think these ones are probably just a little bit more off. Because he's healthy now, and that's what teams want to see. And maybe that's the purpose of the Bears having a top 30 visit with him, is to make sure he's completely back to health, make sure that everything is good with him. So I'm just going to add this on here. This is just a small excerpt from his injury. The way he sounds, and from his interview, the way he sounds to me is he has a good leader quality to him. He really does speak well, and it seems like he really has the passion for the game. So I'm just going to play this little excerpt, and then we'll go from there.
Here at Oklahoma State, like you guys, came in like feeling really good, and then like we talked to Colin earlier, and it just wasn't your year. Yeah. But what did you learn about yourself?
Just approaching adversity the right way. Mm-hmm. Keeping God first always, and making sure that I'm learning from it I got hurt like game 5, so I couldn't lead by example. So I was a vocal leader, like in making sure that I'm bringing guys along and keeping guys in positive spirits. So I definitely learned how to be more vocal, be more of a vocal leader. Man, it was definitely my support system that got me through, and staying consistent in my prayer life, making sure that I'm not being distant with God, but putting everything at His feet and trusting Him in this process, in that journey, and just attacking adversity the way it should be, with a group, with a team, with my friends, my family, my girlfriend, like everybody that was there helped me. So.
Nicholas, I've heard from players, and we had Colin Oliver on. Of course, he was hurt real quick the second game. What's it like? And I asked him this, and it kind of, in a way, do you feel alone, isolated, even though you're maybe still a part of what they're doing? But is that how hard? What is that like?
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of isolation because you doing some rehab, doing practice, and while everybody else practicing, and you wishing you could be out there. So it's just trying to keep a positive mindset with it and trying to be better, not worry about things you can't control, and understanding that your time is coming and that everything happens for a reason.
So I'm going to go to NFL Draft Buzz for this one. They've got a decent little profile. I guess just the way they worded things on here. I like the way they worded it. So Martin burst onto the national scene in 2023, leading the Big 12 in tackles, solo tackles, and tackles per game. The Oklahoma State product's 140 total tackles were the most by a Cowboy since 1984 and the most by a Big 12 player since 2018. His 83 solo tackles topped the conference and ranked third among all FBS players. So after redshirting in 2021, he saw limited action in 2022 before exploding as a sophomore in 2023. Martin's breakout campaign earned him first big All-12 honors and fourth-team All-American recognition from Phil Steele. Martin's rapid ascension is evident from his accolades. He was named the season captain by his teammates and garnered consideration for the Chuck Bednark Award, Lombardi Award, Bronco Nagurski Trophy, and Butkus Award. His 16.0 tackles for loss ranked 20th in the FBS, while his sack total placed him 21st nationally among linebackers. So it is hard to find some highlights that I can share with you guys because the college football, they limit a lot of those, but you can go look him up. He's really fun to watch. He is a little undersized, but the scouting report summary on him says he's a heat-seeking missile at the second level. Martin possesses the tools to be a three-down impact player in today's NFL. His elite short area quickness and instincts allow him to excel in space, making him a prime fit for defenses that prioritize speed and versatility. While his frame raises questions about the ability to consistently take on blocks, Martin's play strength and tackling prowess suggests he can overcome size limitation. Scheme versatility is a calling card for Martin. He has the skill set to thrive at will in a 4-3 or an inside backer at 3-4, with upside as a sub-package rusher. His coverage chops and range make him an ideal matchup weapon against spread offenses and mobile quarterbacks. Martin's ability to contribute on special teams from day one will endear him to coaches' staffs as he develops into a full-time defensive role. Despite limited starting experience, Martin's production against top competition hints at a high ceiling. His instincts, athleticism, and playmaking ability should translate well to the next level. Teams looking for an impact defender capable of staying on the field for all three downs will find Martin an intriguing day two prospect with the potential to outplay his draft position. So maybe the Bears are looking at him higher. I think they might be looking at him to drop down to around, round 5 with our pick there that we have. If that's the case, we would probably get into Steele. You look at his production in that second year, All-American, fourth-team All-American honors, but all first-team All-Big 12, and really looked good. 89 solo tackles, 60 stops, 88.4 NFL pass rating against, 29 total pressures, and even this last year, 9 pressures on 27 pass rush opportunities, and then coming from the outside from a blitzing package, that's a little easier to do, but still a very high prospect for me from what I'm seeing and hearing and the Bears' interest in him. So could he be a top 30 visit? I don't know if this one is really confirmed yet. The only place I've seen that is from Walter Football. Haven't seen it from anybody else on Bears Twitter, from any of your big names. But it's possible this could be the Bears' fifth top 30 visit, and that would be exciting to see if the Bears come away with a player that got injured, so dropped boards, and it's really a steal. So we'll see. Anyways, there's the 2025 NFL Draft Prospect Profile for Nick Martin, potentially the Bears' fifth top 30 visit. With that, appreciate you guys tuning in. Until next time, the Bears and bear down.
So this year at Oklahoma State, like